Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about how to build Arlecchino. On this video we'll go dive into her talents and abilities, her talent priority, her best constellation, her best weapons, best artifact stats, best team count, her rotation. Everything will go on, and should you pull Arlecchino or not, I will also suggest you I will also tell you my opinion on should you pull or not, and which one should you choose, her C1 or her signature weapon. We'll also talk about that. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button, and let's get right into the video. So first of all, what Arlecchino is. Arlecchino is a fourth Fatui Harbinger character. She is fourth Harbinger, obviously, and she is a pyro character, and she's a much awaited character, which was teased in 2022. I think in the mid of I think around August September 2022, and she finally got released after so long, and we're gonna talk about her. So let's talk about it. All right. So Arlecchino gains 1% of all elemental and physical resistance for every 100 attack. She has excess of 1000. The maximum resistance increase she can gain this way for each is 20%. So basically what it's saying is, in simple words, it makes Arlecchino less squishy. She has a 20% defense proof, where she gains all elemental and physical resistant type, around 20%. So it makes Arlecchino less squishy. Okay. Second thing is, while in combat, Arlecchino, she cannot be healed. She can only be healed after you use your elemental burst. So keep that in mind. Not only just that, she also gains 40% pyro damage. All right. And now we're gonna talk about Arlecchino. The main important part of her kit is her elemental skill. We're gonna talk about that. So on her elemental skill, she disappears for a bit of time. For quite some time, she disappears when you use her elemental skill, and she marks by using dash cleaving. She applies a blood depth directive mark on the enemy. Okay, when you use elemental skill, she disappears for quite a bit, for a few seconds, and then by using her dash cleaving, she applies a mark. It's called blood depth directive mark onto the enemies, and this mark lasts for 30 seconds. Okay, and it will deal pyro damage. This mark is very important because this mark is not only just important, when you apply this mark onto the enemies and clear them with your charge attack, Arlecchino will gain bond of life, depending on her max HP. And after you use your normal attack, and after your normal attack will infuse pyro. Your normal attack will also infuse pyro. All right. And one most important thing is, it also increases your scaling damage. All right. And one more most important thing is that when you apply the mark, after you apply the mark and you wait for 5 seconds and you use your support and you come back, do your charge attack, and you will notice that those marks that you apply, called blood depth directive mark, it will glow onto the enemies. All right. And when you notice the glow on the mark glow on the enemies, that means that the marks are becoming much more stronger. And this mark, when you notice the glow, that means the blood depth directive will convert into blood depth deuce. The only way So you have to wait 5 seconds in order for you to convert blood dev directive to blood dev dues. So you have to wait 5 seconds for dev if you want to change. If you want, basically you want to see the glow, you have to wait 5 seconds. All right. And the one most important passive talent of her is that when you apply that directive mark, it converts into depth due, and it also absorbs bond of life, and bond of life will be doubled from 65 to 130%, and the scaling of bond of life will get doubled, which means you will get larger amount of damage. All right. When you have enough bond of life, after you use charge attack onto the enemies, when you mark the enemies and you charge attack, it will also infuse your normal attack. It will buff your normal attack and also infuse your normal attack to pyro. It will also, so basically it will do that. It will mark onto the enemies. It will infuse your normal attack to pyro, and it will also buff your normal attacks. All right. So basically, the more bond of life scaling you have, more amount of damage you get. All right. So make sure to wait 5 seconds. After you use your elemental skill, make sure you wait for 5 seconds, and then you swap the characters, and then you swap back to Arlecchino, and then when you see that glow, that means the bond of life is increasing. That means your scaling is getting higher, and it will go from 65 to 135%. Then you will notice the amount of damage. You will see the amount of damage you want from Arlecchino. All right. Our elemental skill is basically it's like when she absorbs and clears blood debt directive mark around her. So when you mark that cross thing onto the enemies and you use your elemental skill, she will deal AoE pyro damage. It has a cooldown of 15 seconds and energy cost is 60. So you really don't need energy recharge on her. But yeah, also need to mention that you need around 100 to 200 elemental skill on Arlecchino will be very good if you can manage that. All right, around 150 to 200 will be good enough. All right, her best weapons is probably gonna be her signature weapon. When it comes to a 5-star, her signature weapon, Staff of Roma, Sino's weapon is also very good. You can also use Primordial Jade Spear. You can also use Shenha's weapon. I think I don't remember that weapon's name. Shenha, you can use that Shenha's weapon also, and yeah, and it's only signature weapon which gives you attack main stat. You can also use from the 4-star. You can use massive wind spear that you get from a limited time limited event. You can also use lithic spear, and you can from the 3-star you can also use the white tassel, which gives you crit rate and increases your normal attack by 48%, which is very good for Arlecchino. You can also use the one from the shop. You can you save up your star meter and you can get one spear from the shop. You can also use that. You can also use one from the battle pass, the Fontaine battle pass weapon, and you can also use deathmatch, which is also from the battle pass. So you can use all that. All right, but her best weapons will be her signature weapon, because from the passive it gives you bond of life damage, so it is very good for her. When it comes to the artifacts, the best artifacts that will probably be her new one, which is Ancient Sea Nocturnal Musing. On the 2-piece, it gives you 18% attack boost. On the 4th piece, whenever the bond of life increases or decreases, this character deals 18% increased damage. It will stack for 3 times. So 18 multiply into 3, whatever that is, you will get that amount of number of damage. When it comes to the sands, you can use elementary mastery if you have a really good substats, and elementary mastery is basically good for vaporize and melt team, so if you can do that. On the goblet you can use pyro damage bonus. All right, on the circlet you can use crit rate because you get crit damage, I think, from ascension and from the weapons, so you can use either crit rate or crit damage, whatever your ratio wants you require, you can use that. All right, on the substance, critical rate, critical damage, elemental skill, and attack percentage is try to get 4 of this on your substat. Energy recharge is not needed because the energy cost is very low, so try not to get energy recharge. When it comes to the constellation, let's clear it out. Let me talk about the constellation, then I will talk about whether you should get her C1 or her signature weapon. On the C1 of Arlecchino, I'll try to make it very simple and in short. Basically in C1, Arlecchino it's basically like Nuvolete C1, where when you use your elemental skill, when you basically use your blood detective mark and you wait for 5 seconds, then you come back and then you use a normal charge attack and normal and charge attack, you will not get interrupted. So she basically does not need a shielder on that team when you have a C1 Arlecchino. So basically C1 is probably one of the best in the game for any DPS character, damage dealer. All right, C2 is basically, it removes the restrict where you have to wait for 5 seconds. So you don't have to wait for 5 seconds, you just instantly use elemental skill, instantly do normal charge attack, infuse your pyro, infuse your normal into pyro, infuse your normal to pyro infuse, and it gives you normal attack buff. So basically you don't have to wait 5 seconds and swap character, then bring back Arlecchino. You don't have to do that. So C2 is really good. C1 is actually insane. C2 is also very good. C3 is basically increases her elemental skill to talent level 3, which is 15. So elemental skill is very good. So I would say that all right, hold on a sec, I will hold on that for a bit. C3 and C5, C3 is also good. C4, C5 increases her ultimate, which is not very really that important. Her elemental skill is basically important, but yeah, C4 is basically gives you energy particles. C6 is actually insane. Basically C6 makes her insane. It gives you 70% increased crit rate and crit damage whenever so a normal attack elemental burst gain 10% increase and all that. So basically it gives you a lot of amount of multiplier of bond of life for 20 seconds after Arlecchino uses all it adds both her normal attack, elemental burst gain 10% increase, this that. So basically C6 is basically it's insane. In short words, it's insane. So I would say the good stopping point would be C1 or maybe C3 or C2. I would say C1 is a good stopping point. Then you can, in the future, you can definitely get the other constellations. And so yeah, talent priority. Talent priority will be her elemental skill, normal attack, and her elemental burst. All right. And what I was going to say, yeah. So yeah, her C1 or her signature weapon. I would say her constellations are very good because it gives you a lot of amount of value. So I would say go for constellations and then go for a weapon. But if you are a big fan of weapon, you really like that animation, then you can go for it. But if I were you, I would go for constellation and then I will go for the weapon on the redone. All right. Okay. So Arlecchino best team comp. Arlecchino best team comp is probably gonna be her vaporize team comp, or you can use melt team comp. But I would go for with vaporize. Basically, you can use here Yelan, Xingqiu. You can use Bennett, which gives you attack buff, which benefits Arlecchino also. And you can also use Kazuha for elemental damage boost. All right. So yeah. You can also use a shielder if you have a C0 Arlecchino. You can use shielder like Thoma, Zhongli, Thoma, Layla, Diona. Over here you can also use Chevrose. If you have Chevrose, you can use instead of Bennett. All right. So yeah, you have a lot of options. Basically, I have a C0 Arlecchino, so I can use a shielder in here, but I prefer using Casual. So yeah. These are the teams that I mentioned. You can use them. All right. So, should you pull Arlecchino or not? I would say go for Arlecchino 100% because Fontaine Natlan is way far ahead, and with Arlecchino probably will get a rerun at the end of the year. My prediction is probably at the end of the year. So I would say just go for Arlecchino, get her, and then you can get her weapon next time, or constellation, whichever you want. All right, so definitely go for Arlecchino, and yeah, I 100% recommend pulling for her. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Peace out.